Welcome. In today's lesson, we're going to be discussing content as far as SEO is concerned, and the importance of having original content on your website. So ideally, you want to have pretty much everything on your site original. So original images, original videos, original text. If it's something that's copied from other websites, that really hurts your SEO. Now, sometimes you're going to have content that's from other sites. So in this example, this is just an article that we posted a long time ago that has a lot of information from a report that's about CBD beverages, which is fine for us. We were mainly doing email marketing. So, the SEO concerns weren't really there. But ideally, in a perfect world, this would be, rewritten so that it is all completely original content. But I'm just going to use this as an example. So one tool that's really helpful is this Copyscape right here. And you can basically load like $10 at a time. And it costs around maybe 20 cents or so to check each article. But what you can do is you just enter in the article URL, and it's just a crawler that's going around the internet and looking for other websites that potentially have that content on it, right? So it found this one website, which is where we actually purchased the data from. So it has a 31% match of the content on the page. And we can't even access this because you need an account, but you can see that there's duplicate content there, right? So as far as SEO goes, this is way too high to have any really kind of SEO value. If you're getting into 30%, you're just not going to rank at all on that site. So if you do have, this sort of information where it's from other websites, keep it minimal. And what's cool about Copyscape is you can do this in bulk too. So, you can actually, let's do mine, copy all the URLs for your website and then go. This is a premium account, which again, it's like $10 for a bunch of credits on here. It's not expensive at all. It's definitely worth spending a few dollars on this. And you can do a batch search. And what you can do is you can just, and you can just enter all your URLs in here. And what it will do is it will actually check for plagiarism or just copy content. I'm going to call it plagiarism on all your pages, and then let you know. And what you would want to do is go through your site, and any pages that have a high amount of duplicate content, rework it, change the wording around or remove that content, remove the images, or in this case, it would be just text, but, try and make that percentage zero as close as possible across your site. That's really going to be dramatic for your SEO if you have duplicate content on there. Now, there's going to be websites that have copied you, right? So if you're a bigger name site or you have content that's really getting out there, you're going to have sites that have your information. So be mindful of that. Don't go through deleting a bunch of stuff when you're the original. And Google's able to tell publishing dates for all this stuff. They're very smart. But this is just something to check. And what's great is you can also, so let's suppose you pay for an article or you buy from a writer, some article, right? And what you can actually do is, let's see, where is it in here? Premium search. Yeah, so you can just paste all the text from here. This is one we're going to use an example in just a second, but I'll just use their text. Copy all the text in here, and it'll just search the internet for all this text for any sort of duplicate content. And yeah, it's just that one page. This is the page that we're using, the example that pops up. So there's no copied content on there. That's perfect. That's right where you want to be. So this is definitely worth checking out. Copyscape, a great tool as far as SEO stuff goes. Just as sort of an insurance policy. If you're paying for a writer or you're having someone else work on the content, oftentimes they'll just copy it from somewhere and not reword it enough to make it original. So it's definitely a helpful tool to consider having in your arsenal. So get rid of those two. And we're just going to use this article post as an example. So this is an article that doesn't rank for any keywords. It's a good site, has a good amount of rankings, but it's a sparse article. It really doesn't have a whole lot to it. Not many words. There's no images. There's no video. So these are just kind of the things that the reason for it not ranking at all, right? Now you want to go through this, my previous video on getting keyword placements in there and really doing the research on that and making sure that those are included. But no matter what, this is a very sparse article. That's going to be hard to rank. So what I would consider is what is the main keyword for this website? I'm guessing it's going to be probably CBD full spectrum tinctures or something along that line. So let's do a bit of research here. Well, you know what? Here, let's go and do the whole, get a little bit more precise about it. Let's go and do the whole title. So much CBD stuff out there. Yeah, okay. So look at that one. Let's take a look at this one here. That's for a site. Okay, so this is another article that's very similar to the article we're looking at, right? What we can do is get out of here. Look through the article. You'll get some ideas. This is obviously a lot more content. It has some images. It has, this is in first, second place for the sort of keywords that we're going after. So you want to kind of look through this, get some ideas, right? So you can see the difference. This is very sparse. This is a lot of wording. It just has like one image, but has a good amount of links to probably authority sites. Yep. FDA. Good. So SEO wise, this looks really good, right? It's also on thehealthy.com, which is a high ranking site. But let's have a little bit of a deeper dive on them. Take a look. And the main thing we want to see are their keywords right here. Okay, so what are CBD full spectrum tinctures and how to use them? So what are some keywords that this page has that we might want to consider using for our site? A lot of these have a high keyword difficulty. There are some ones with a good amount of searches, but let's just take a look at the lower keyword difficulty words first. So well, these are kind of brand keywords that you probably wouldn't want to do. Proof tinctures. I don't know what that is. Okay, can I drink water after taking CBD oil? 150 searches a month. There's really not a whole lot of traffic, but it has a one keyword difficulty, right? I would consider that. So let's go ahead and add that to our list. Little thing. Boom. And just take a look down here. How much tincture oil should I use? Yeah, it's kind of weirdly worded, but it is worth considering because it has 600 searches per month, and it has a difficulty of 2, which is super easy. That's really, really easy to acquire. Cannabis tincture dose. So this is about CBD, so I'll probably not include that one, but tincture dosage. Great. Make sure that's included. And none of these are really high ranking. It's not a ton of traffic, but really low keyword difficulty. And right now it's not ranking for anything. So, let's definitely get these in there. This is cannabis tincture benefits. I know this is about CBD, but you might maybe want to consider using the wording cannabis tincture a few times in the article, right? This isn't the actual product page. This is a blog article. So really SEO is kind of the name of the game here, right? So consider including maybe cannabis tincture benefits keyword, right? Let's just go ahead and add it. We'll just add it as a maybe. Boom. Yeah. Tinctures for pain. Boom. 250 searches per month. Okay. Now all these 100, 200, 300, not a lot of searches, but the thing is, just off this one site, they have 402 keywords. If we can pull, another green one. How to use a tincture. Well, we can pull, 20 some odd keywords off here. You get an average of 200 searches per month per keyword. You're getting there up there in traffic. So it's not huge numbers. How long to hold CBD tincture on the tongue? It's all right. How long for tinctures of pink? Okay, this could be potentially, I haven't really read that article in depth, but this could be just potentially something, right? So I'm just looking for a good amount of search volume. Obviously, kind of like buyer intent, this could be potentially something a customer is searching for. So we want that person on our site, right? How do you use tinctures? That's a great one too. Boom. Do tinctures really work? Oh, okay. So you can just kind of see the process here. How to take tincture? Yeah, it's okay. How do you use tinctures? Boom, that's a great one. Over 1,000 searches per month, and it is keyword difficulty at 9. That is great. All right, so you see the process. Now, ideally, what you would do is do this for a few pages. Like, so we found this one that's a great example. Look at other. Yeah, you stupid dad. Look at other examples. Look at other keywords. Look at other keywords that you might potentially want to rank for. They're in that same sort of category. Look at their look at their keywords and see what you can kind of gain from it, right? In this case, there's a lot of good examples here. So what you could do is, after you've gathered this information, let's go and close this one here, and close that. You can go back to this article and you can try and get these keywords in, 1 or 2 times within the article. Now, this is a very sparse article. What I would actually recommend is just getting another article written. If this was another, keywords that you really want to kind of develop, and you can do that very easily. I mean, if you have a writer on staff or if you have a writer that you like to use, great. But essentially, what I would do is I would just contact a freelance writer, like Fiverr or any of these like freelancer websites, and you can get a very good article written, 1,000 words to 1,500 words, American, and I would just tell them, hey, I need an article written about CBD full spectrum tinctures and how to use them, right? I need you to include these keywords whenever possible within the article, okay? And it needs to be copyscape passed. And the writer usually know what that means, but just, completely original. Just let them know that it's original and that you need it completely original and nothing copied from any other websites. And what I'll often do is I'll include articles from that rank for similar keywords. So that article that we just looked at as an example, I might include that URL, right, and say, hey, this is an article that we really like. We need something similar to this. Basically, the writer can just look at that and reword it and make sure that it's all original, but kind of follow the same sort of outline, right? And so what you would have then is a 1,500 word article potentially, right, that includes all these keywords, right? And you're paying maybe $50, and you spent an hour on the whole thing. That's really kind of the route you want to go. I mean, if you're going to put effort into creating content, make sure that it's optimized, right? Make sure that's working. You put the work into this article, and it's done. It's doing nothing for you. You're not getting any sort of SEO development there. So really, that's kind of the process of looking at the page, figuring out what the main keyword is, making sure that it's plagiarism free, getting that main keyword, looking for other articles, finding the keywords for those other articles, and then kind of developing from there. And you can do a deep dive into this. I mean, you can go deep into the matrix here and what are some other associated keywords that are, we can take a look at more keywords here where we might do, or how about we just do tinctures for pain? Okay, so best tinctures for pain. Where are some other associated keywords here that we could maybe use? Maybe we'll do CBD tinctures, right? Let's see. Okay, that's a really hard keyword, but let's take a look at the category and see what other keywords are associated with it. Okay, let's look at the pet CBD tinctures. If your website sells that, then that would be worth considering because it's 27 keyword difficulty and 450 searches per month. Pet CBD tinctures, 400 searches per month. So I'm just kind of looking for the kind of lower hanging CBD dog tinctures. Well, no, it's 70 searches per month. I would skip that. But just a few to consider. I mean, you can do a deep dive on this, but you don't need to shoehorn. You don't need 100 keywords in your article. Really, I mean, 10 to 12. It kind of depends on the size of the article and how much competition's there, and a few other factors. But really, that's the whole process as far as getting articles written and great content on your website. and it's going to really apply to product pages, your homepage, any sort of URLs that you have there. So, and then once you get the article, once you purchase the article, run it through Copyscape, make sure that it's completely original, and get on your site. So that's kind of the text part of it, which is definitely one of the most important factors. But there's also no images on the site, right? So a lot of people think like, oh, I need images for my site, so I need to do a photo shoot and I need to do all these things. You can. It's just, I mean, that's really time consuming, and it's if your brand is the highest priority and you want to make sure that that image that you put out there is looking really great, sure. I mean, you can definitely do all that. But for all these articles, I mean, it's really a matter of speed, right? And just getting the results, and the amount of time that you spend doing a photo shoot and getting an article 100% how you like it. Your competitors posted 10 articles because it's or more. I mean, because this can be a very fast process. I mean, literally, for what I've laid out here, obviously the writer's going to need some time to write the article, but the amount of time that you spend on this is under an hour, right? So when it comes to images, a process that you can kind of do is look for images that are copyright free, or images that you can use and edit how you like. And there's a few websites, this just one and this one here. But let's just see, tinctures. Okay. So these are all just images that you can use and edit how you like. And, they're good looking images. I mean, they're not, you're not going to win any awards. It's not the Mona Lisa, but we're not really looking for that, right? What you can do is just search on here really quick. I don't know if the tincture is going to be put in coffee, but you could potentially use this one here, and just copy these images to your computer and have a nice little folder of all these sort of stock images that could potentially be used, right? This is just a stock image. I mean, it's a good looking stock image. And what you can have is your graphic designer or a freelancer literally just Photoshop in your product here. Like that's not a very difficult Photoshop job, right? Same with this one. And that's really common. A lot of these images that you see out here are just kind of stock images that have been edited a bit. And the reason that you want that is if you have, like, let's just say I copied this image and I just put it on the blog. Google knows that that's a copied image. Like, that's not an original image. So that hurts your SEO potentially, because it says like, oh, okay, these guys are just creating content. They're not creating anything original. They're not putting real much value out there. So again, if you're going to do this, put in a little bit of this effort here, and you can really get some amazing results. This is a great photo right here. If you're selling a CBD tincture, you can just Photoshop in your bottle here, and again, it's not going to look amazing, but this will look good. So same with this other site. Just kind of go through and find all sorts of images. Now you can do, just since we're doing CBD, let's take a look for CBD. All right, boom. Okay, same sort of idea. Just okay, that's great. Copy, download. So. And then look at this page again. A lot of these are very generic stock photos, but they work well for what you're trying to achieve here. So get a folder, and let me show you. So what you end up with is this kind of just a swipe folder of all these generic sort of CBD images that are copyright free and can be used in future campaigns. So let me just copy this one here. This one's already been edited. And so what you can do is talk to your graphics designer, in-house or, freelancer that you hire, whatever it might be, and just say, okay, here is an image. Let's see, a good tincture one. Okay, here's a tincture image, and I want that image combined with this a generic marijuana leaf. Okay, just where you go. Well, okay, so, or here's a potential tincture image, right? So you can have this, and then maybe a marijuana leaf right here, or your logo, or a girl, like this one over here, a girl, with a dropper in her mouth, right? Put that there, and then cut off this section right here and change the size a little bit. What do you have then? You have an original image. In Google's eyes, you would have an original image, right? And that's what you want, right? And now how long does that take to do in Photoshop? Maybe 5 minutes. It's a super quick job. This is not, anything amazing. some graphic designers want to really focus on making the thing look great, but it's really not a priority as far as SEO and getting your high rankings for. Now the thing is if you wanted to, you can do this process for a lot of your blogs, get high rankings. Once you're kind of going, then you can go back through and change a lot of these images. You want to get that photo shoot done? Great. I mean, and replace them at a later point. But for now, it's just a matter of getting the party started, right? Like this article has nothing. Like, there's no value to it whatsoever. So you could spend $50, do a little bit of keyword research, have a article written, 1,500 words or 1,000 words, whatever it is, right? It has all your keywords in there. That alone will be extremely valuable if you don't have images. But ideally, you want to include some images in there. You want to include some media, right? So let's say we got 5 images on there, and we go through our little folder, a little swipe folder here. And we just tell the graphic designer, okay, we have a tincture that tastes like honey, so I want you to combine this photo with this photo, okay? Or I want you to, and maybe they just figure this out on their own. That's why I've had in the past, which is great, where I just say, hey, here's a folder of stock images, combine, ones that are, I need a strawberry flavor, right? And a tincture. So have a big strawberry right next to this one, and cut it down a little bit and change the size. And you have an original image. It's literally maybe half an hour work for a graphic designer. And then these are just some examples of images that we've edited in the past. Again, not anything amazing, but this was for, I think this was actually for our own website, where we had an article that was talking about the legalities of cannabis marketing, I believe. So we got some generic stock photos of law-related stuff, and then generic stock photos of cannabis. And we had a graphic designer just paste them in, right? I think there's a few other law ones in here. Yeah. So here's another one, just cannabis, nothing, right? And then, so when people search for cannabis law or, whatever sort of keyword they're going for, potentially these images come up in Google search, driving more traffic to the site, right? Now here's a lawyer. Yeah. Where'd you go? Yeah. Here's a lawyer, just a very generic, sort of image. Again, nothing too amazing, but here's another one where it just with some cannabis leaves in the background. And we said, hey, can you, put this gummy bear in front of these cannabis leaves, super easy job. Hey, can you Photoshop this cannabis nug on top of these gummy bears? Easy. There's a copyright-free cannabis plant. Can you paste it next to this tincture? Right. Stock photo of topicals. Can you paste cannabis leaves on it? A girl taking a tincture right there. Post some cannabis leaves next to her. So literally, I mean, it's a half an hour, maybe an hour job for a graphic designer. If you're hiring a freelancer, worst case, maybe $100. You don't need a high quality graphic designer. And then so you spend $150 so far. You spent maybe an hour on the keyword research and taking the orders and everything, right? And you now have 1,000-word article potentially that contains 10 to 20 some odd of these great keywords, with 5 original images on it, right? And the images all have the alt text that's correct and the file name and everything else. And you go through and you add a few links here. Dude, you're a rock star. I mean, that's a great looking, potential article. Really, the issue comes into, writers. You're probably gonna have to go through a few of them before you find someone that's really good. A lot of these guys, especially at India and whatnot, they'll just obviously it's kind of like junk spun sort of content that doesn't really make a lot of sense. But that's sort of the process, right? So. It's to say the first 5 guys the first 5 writers you hire are terrible, but once you get that 6th one, keep them on board, get them a new article every week or two, and you'll be rock star status. So, and then once this is posted, you have this great article. It's long, it's got the original images, it's got, you're ready to go. Get some sponsored content, get some links, to the site, right? Some high domain authority websites that are related to, the keywords that you're going after. So again, let's just say, well, CBD tinctures, we'll go for that for now. So these are the domains that rank highest for CBD tinctures, okay? So healthline.com, boom, that's right there at the top. And they do sponsored content, and they you could potentially get a link from them. They're on the pricier side. You spend thousands of dollars, but you could potentially contact them and say, hey, I want a link, from one of your articles. I want you to write an article about our website, and I want you to have a link going to the article that we just wrote. That's extremely powerful. So now you have original article, 1,000 to 1,500 words, right? with 5 original images on it that contains 10 to 20 of these great keywords that you researched, right? And it has a link from healthline.com, which is like a 99 authority website. That's one of the great, websites that you can get a link from. Okay, you're rock star status. Imagine just doing that process once a week. Dude, you're a wrecking ball. In 6 months, you're unstoppable. Medical News Today, there's another great potential website. A link from there would be awesome. All these are CBD companies. Obviously, we probably wouldn't be able to get links from there, but Extract Labs, nah. So, a lot of this is just kind of doing a deep dive and just doing a bit of work. But once you get this down, I mean, I know it's a lot of data and a bit confusing, but once you really get it dialed in, it can be a very quick process. Again, this is, maybe hour to 2 hours of work here for, this article. That's a huge amount of revenue potentially for your business. So absolutely, the ROI is there as far as work goes. And this tool that I use, Ahrefs, is about $200 a month. Copyscape, it's like 20 cents an article to check everything. Absolutely worth it. So that's what I got on that. As far as the images go, let's see if I have any more comments on that. But yeah, just, combining the images, you can get a little bit creative with it. This is a generic photo of a dog, some CBD in front of him. There's some cough syrup and cannabis nug. This was just a hand holding topicals. And then, I think it was just a PNG with a blank background. So we pasted in the background with the marijuana leaves. Yeah, nothing great. This is just a girl holding a tincture. So we had the cannabis leaves around it. Now you do want to edit it as much as possible. If there's not much editing to it, then it's not going to really pass the mustard. But like this, it's just a little circle with a little thing next to it, and yeah, it's great. So that's what I got as far as content goes on the site. But definitely watch the other videos that I have on search engine optimization. And if you apply these methods, I mean, you're really going to be seeing some great results as far as your SEO goes. So that's what I got. And reach out with any questions you might have, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.